Hey, what's up guys? This is part 9 of my Emerald Seaglass Wishlocke challenge. If you guys enjoy this episode today, please consider subscribing on YouTube and or following on TikTok. This is going to be a very battle-focused episode today, and let's get into it. I can't get into the magma hideout yet until I go back to Slateport and talk to Captain Stern. He's doing an interview, and then Team Aqua intercept the comms and they steal his prize submarine. So now we have a reason to get into the Aqua hideout and just storm the hideout, basically. Now, you would think that everything in the Team Aqua hideout would be tougher than what we experienced in the Team Magma hideout in Mount Chimney, but not really. Yeah, the grunts are tougher, but I stormed through them pretty well, and Admin Matt just really doesn't have a good team at this point. He has a Mariana, GitHub knocks him out with a Force Palm, and then he just has a Golbat, which Eric confirmed my main Ectric just knocks out with a Discharge. And that's really it. Other than that, Archie makes an escape on the submarine, and we have to give chase. But in order for us to continue the pursuit of Team Aqua, we need the HM for dive, and we need the Moss Deep City badge. So, I get to Moss Deep City and just immediately go into the gym and fight the trainers. And I would like to say that fighting gym trainers was a breeze up until Tate and Liza, but not really. This one trainer has a Tangrowth that gave me so much problems. I think I'm just used to Gen 3 or the Emerald games not having a lot of grass types, so I don't really consider grass type counters for my teams. And this Tangrowth is just going ham on it's just going ham on me, and I almost got in serious trouble. But Kyler Yep the Kangaskhan proved to be an unexpected counter to it. It was really scary, and I think I could have wiped there. So, thank you, Kyler. But now it's time to fight the gym leaders, Tate and Liza. They're twins, and they do a double battle, which is really cool. And in Emerald, they are one of the toughest gym leaders in the region, and this is no different. They lead off with a Claydol and a Mismagius, and the Mismagius is a Ghost and Fairy type. I lead with a Fake Out on Kyler Yap, who has Scrappy, so he can hit Ghost types, and then Gasms the Steelix kills the Mismagius with a Metal Coat boosted Gyro Ball. This brings in Solrock next. And because Gasms didn't get hit by an Earthquake, which is what I was expecting, I'm going to keep him in. We're just going to go ahead and double up on the Solrock here, and we're just going to go with some Crunches and Gyro Balls to get some chip damage in. Claydol continues to target Kyler with some Psychics, and Solrock sets up the Sunny Day. And I know it has Flamethrowers, so that means it's going to do some pretty good damage onto Gasms next turn. I swap Kyler into Captain Lawn Gnome the Slowbro, who tanks the expected Psychic from Claydol. Solrock does hit Gasms with a Flamethrower, but Gasm survives. And we didn't need to have to use Sturdy in order for him to survive, so good on you, buddy. And he retaliates by killing the Solrock with a Gyro Ball, so that's 2 Pokemon down. Tate and Liza bring in their last Ace Lunatone, and now I'm going into the endgame of this fight. On this next turn, I switch Gasms into Giovanni, my Cacturn, and I pretty much have my last 2 Pokemon that can tank anything they can do. If I remember correctly, Lunatone only has Psychic-type moves, so he's just going to be using Calm Mind, as Claydol's going to be going for Earthquakes. Captain Lawn Gnome is a physical beast, and he can tank them pretty well and heal with Slack-Offs on turns I feel like he's taking too much damage, and Giovanni is resisted to it. The kicker is, Captain Lawn Gnome is going for Surfs, which hits all targets, even Giovanni, but Giovanni has Water Absorb, so he heals from the damaged Earthquakes. And as far as I know, Lunatone cannot touch Cacturn. So at this point, it is just a few turns of just dishing out soft damage. We take out the Claydol first, and Lunatone does get bulky with the Calm Mind boost, but after setting up a Leech Seed on it and just all the soft surfs and me using Sucker Punch in case it tries to attack, we beat Lunatone in a couple of turns and we get our 7th gym badge, Deathless. Before I go into the last 5 of today's episode, let's get some wish encounters. First up, we have Kokiri the Hoot Hoot, Bansamir my Quillfish, Orlando the Poochiana, DH the Lickitung, and Peters the Swablu. After getting the 7th gym badge, I hear word of something going on at the Moss Deep Space Center, and I see Team Magma grunts and Maxie, so I go check it out. Team Magma has completely taken over the Space Center, and after taking on a few grunts and almost killing Bald Squall the Lunatone, because I forgot that Arbok is a Poison Dark type in this game, so yeah, we almost die on a critical hit crunch, so sorry about that, buddy. Now, most people who have played Emerald know what happens in this next part of the game. You enter in a tag battle with Steven, and you fight against Maxie and his admin Tabitha. But that's not what happens in Emerald Seaglass. There is a little bit of a fake out here. In the dialogue, Steven says he's going to hold back Tabitha while we fight Maxie. And this is a 6-on-6 double battle. This match can be a run-ender, and it can take a lot of people by surprise who are not prepared for this change. I lead off with Carlos the Mantine and Giovanni the Cacturn. I go for a Ice Beam on the Gliscor and a Spiky Shield Protect, because I know this Crobat has Leech Life. Crobat falls for the bait, and we go for an Ice Beam on the Gliscor, and we get the one-shot. Maxie then brings out his Dodrio, and this thing has Thunderous Kick, so I have to switch Carlos out. I decide to do a double switch. Carlos switches into Gasms the Steelix, who is immune to Thunderous Kick, and then I switch into Matt, my Dugong, who's able to just take a neutral Leech Life. I go for an Ice Shard onto the Dodrio, hoping that it could get a knockout because it's quad weak, and Dodrio survives. I was really scared here because I also see Crobat doubles down and does a Leech Life on Matt. Dodrio goes for the Thunderous Kick, and Matt miraculously survives. The defense drop does not even matter because I know what has to be done. Steelix's Gyro Ball really doesn't do much on the Crobat, but right here it's another Ice Shard on Dodrio, and unfortunately I have to sack Matt here. I tried thinking if there's a way I could save him, but there's really not. I really just have to get the kill on Dodrio to keep momentum here. This sucks because this is like the first time I use Matt to Dugong, but I guess if anything, at least he saves the run. I really don't think I could come back after this if he hadn't had knocked out the Dodrio. After Matt's death, I bring in Carlos, and Steelix keeps chipping away at Crobat with his Gyro Ball. I switch Gasms in with Giovanni as Carlos goes for Surf. This surprisingly does not knock out Crobat nor Camerupt, but it does set up the knockout for next turn. Now Camerupt used Yawn on Giovanni, so I switch him out to Alex, my Poliwrath, who also has Water Absorb. So basically I swapped him in so Crobat will use Leech Life, and then Carlos gets to double kill this turn with a Surf. Maxie only has 2 Pokemon left. Maxie then brings out his last 2 Pokemon, which are Ursaluna and Shiftry. These are probably the strongest Pokemon on this team, and unfortunately this is a dead turn for me. I swap Alex into Gasms, expecting like a Leaf Blade or something, and Ursaluna just goes for a Yawn, and Shiftry uses Fake Out on Carlos. Next turn, Shiftry Leaf Blades Gasms, which doesn't really do much, and Ursaluna keeps going for a Yawn, and Carlos uses Air Slash and knocks out the Shiftry. After another few turns of switching in GitHub and Gasms gratefully tanking a high horsepower from Ursaluna, we are able to get the knockouts with me switching into Giovanni on Gasms in case Breloom doesn't outspeed. But GitHub does the job and knocks out Ursaluna with a Bullet Seed. And that's the Maxie fight. This is probably one of if not the biggest surprise in this game, and I think it's an obvious contender for a run ender. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode. tune in next time as I take on Team Aqua, and we should be going for my 8th gym badge too, as long as everything goes well. I'll see you guys next time.